Are you living a life that is given to you, or are you living a life that you are choosing? There is one common denominator to decide or to make a difference in the life that you want. That common denominator is living a disciplined life. Which one are you choosing? Let's talk about it. Hey, my friends, I am so glad that you are here. If you are new here, my name is Adrena Clark. We discuss all things faith, lifestyle, and business on my channel. If you haven't, go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you'll be notified on all videos that will be uploaded. It is my plan to upload weekly, and that is what I want to do. I got some flyaways, Chad. Let me make sure I'm looking okay. It just really just dropped in my spirit, the word discipline on today. So I said I'm gonna go ahead and upload this video and just share my thoughts on it. I know oftentimes we are frustrated when life doesn't go as planned, or we feel like we have been handed a bad deal, or we're questioning why things don't work out in our favor. Life is going to happen, of course, but what are we doing to make sure that we are on the side of proactive living, or are we on the side of doing what we are responsible for doing, or what is in our power to take control over? There are some things, it's just going to happen. My point is, what have you picked up and said it's just going to be? Or what are you taking responsibility on to say, I have power over and I will make sure that I am living the best life that I can do on my own? Of course, we know that God is in control over all things, and by the power of the blood of Jesus, we are here in his grace and his mercy. But I do know that in the Bible, he said that he has given us power to rule and subdue in the earth. So we have the power to do what we can do in the natural, and we ask for God's grace to do what he does in the supernatural. With that being said, are you living a disciplined life? What does a disciplined life look like? I'm glad you asked. I'm going to give you 5 things that I have put into practice to live a disciplined life. Have I mastered all 5 things? Not yet. I'm taking one at a time to make sure that I'm not biting off more than I can chew, because you can be overwhelmed when you have too many things on your plate and you become so full, your plate is full. That breeds procrastination. And when you're procrastinating, things never get done. So that's the opposite of discipline, right? So when you're disciplined, you live in a life with routine. You're a schedule, you prepare, you have a schedule and task that you write down to make sure that you want to conquer. So we're going to get into that. Stay tuned. I just want to remind you, have you subscribed yet? Go ahead and click that subscribe button and we'll get into today's topic. As we already know, discipline is mastering self-control. We have to set boundaries for ourselves as well as the people who are in our lives, making sure that we are in control over the things that concern us. We can't master other people, but we can master the boundaries for ourselves, right? So first thing is, we want to make sure that we're preparing for success. Preparing for success is basically planning, organizing, creating tasks that you know that you can create better habits for yourself. I live by a calendar. I have a calendar for the day, I have a calendar for the week, and I have a calendar for the month. What that looks like is my calendar on my phone and a paper calendar, as well as my monthly calendar that is a whiteboard on the wall. I refer back to my calendar on my phone and my paper calendar and my wall calendar every single day, because I know what my day looked like, and I know what my week looked like, and I know what my month looked like. It's just a practice that I put in place, because if I know what I'm doing, I can prepare for the week and for the month. And typically every night I am preparing for the day before, because I want to make sure that my life is lined up and I'm not living a chaotic life and I'm not all over the place. I also, on my calendars, I color coordinate because I need to know what's top priority and what category I'm in, whether that's my personal life, my church life, my business life, and my social life. So each category has a different color because I can prioritize what comes first. Then on my calendar, I also break out in my daily calendar on 3 tasks that I need to make sure that's done in the day. Whether on that particular day, I'm washing clothes, I'm cleaning out my car, I'm washing my dishes and things like that. Whatever those 3 tasks are for that day, I'm making sure that I knock them out. And so it eliminates a chaotic week because I'm taking care of major tasks throughout the day. Now, do you have to do 3? You can break it down to that 1 task a day. Or if you've already mastered 3, you make it 5 things out of the day. So I know sometimes people will bulk their tasks on a Saturday and just create a list of everything you need to do on a Saturday and take care of it there. But I have a shopping day. Grocery shopping day is Monday. I have washing clothes day is Wednesday. I clean out my car on Saturdays and take it to the car wash on Saturday. So however you create that routine for yourself, it's basically living that life that you want to make sure that you're living a successful life. Success is not always in material things, but success starts in the mind. And how clean your mind is how you can flow more effectively, because if it's chaos always in your mind, nothing can come through and success is not going to ever be accomplished because you are living a chaotic life. So first and foremost, make sure you plan your success. Number 2, I would say make sure that you have uninterrupted work time every day. And it's going back to your calendar, but it's still in the mindset, creating that a mindset shift for your life. Is when you have uninterrupted work time, nothing comes in between that time. That time is for you to make sure that you are living the life that you want to live. Whatever you say is your work time, whether that is you are in that 9 to 5, 8-hour job work time. Typically you're giving all of your 8 hours to that job that you work. Or if you are self-employed and you're working a 9 to 12 shift where you're dedicated, head down, no interruption. Or if you are saying my uninterrupted time is workout time, whatever that uninterrupted time is, make sure you're disciplined to that point because you want to accomplish that goal for yourself on that day. So if my uninterrupted work time where I am all in, I'm giving work, business, workout, whatever I'm giving in that time frame. For example, if it's 9 to 12, I'm not taking any phone calls. I'm not scrolling on social media. I can easily be distracted, go into thinking mode real quick, but I have to redirect my thoughts all the time. Like, don't be distracted. Don't days off and start thinking about other things. If I do days off, immediately redirect my thoughts to get back into that time of get what needs to be done here. Because if I am, my mind is more focused during this time, 9 to 12 every day, I am in that routine of just being that visionary, being that person to really have my spirit open for downloads of innovative thoughts or new ideas and creations or new opportunities. If that is my time frame, 9 to 12, nothing can come in between that time. Nothing. I don't accept any appointments during that time. If a phone call comes through, I do not answer it. It goes to voicemail. I do not get hooked up on responding to texts or anything like that. That comes into my task for the day, making, returning calls and returning texts and things like that. But do not let things come in between your uninterrupted time, because you will never get what you were supposed to accomplish during that time. It will never get done because you have not designated time for your time to be dedicated in that space during that day. Number three, in living a disciplined life for me is my professional development. Professional development is very, very important to me. I believe that in order to grow, you have to invest in your growth. And whether you are registering for classes or conferences that you attend live or in person, or you're registering for classes online, virtually, you have to empower your mind in order to grow. You have to be around people who are where you want to go. You have to make sure you're investing in your professional development to get to your next level. So even if it's not a day of a conference or a day of training, or even mentorship, or going to lunch with someone, I make sure that I find motivational videos on YouTube, or just have them in my playlist on podcasts. I make sure that I make time to have something pouring into me to make sure that my brain is constantly going and being fed the right things. I make sure that my circle is people who are creating a positive atmosphere to have conversations for growth. I reach out to people to have lunch and ask them to go to lunch so that we can have those conversations, those stimulating conversations, to keep my mind empowered to live that life that I desire to live. I know that I have a gift of leadership. I have a gift of training, a gift of, motivating and encouraging people. But I can't do that if I'm not being poured into. So I have to make sure that I am constantly poured into so that I can give out what I have. So to stay motivated, I have to make sure that that's what's coming inside, that I am desiring to be. I have to make sure that I am around that type of environment. So leaders are readers, and you have to have books to read. So make sure that you are subscribed to Audible books, where you can download your books and have them, you can listen to your books, or YouTube or podcasts free. Subscribe to free platforms where you can get that motivation some kind of way into your spirit, so that you can become that disciplined person and live that disciplined lifestyle that will result to a life of success and a life of abundance. Because we're going back to the life that you are given or the life that you choose. Two different type of people. So you decide whether you're going to wait for somebody to give you something, or you're going to choose the life that you want and choose the life that you desire. The choice is yours. Number 4, to live a disciplined life, you have to create a new mindset. Reframe your mindset. Regardless of how wonderful and how great you are, you have to posture yourself to want more for yourself. Every day, want more for yourself. Even what you had yesterday is not enough for today. So it goes back into what I was saying about professional development, but what I want to get into with number 4 is your holistically, like in your mind, body, and spirit, reframing your mindset. And and I believe that how you reframe your mindset is really getting in tune with your spiritual development, your spiritual life, being in tune with what God said about your life, and regaining or reforming your relationship with Jesus to know, who did he create you to be? Because if you're picking and choosing different things on all these other areas of your life, it really doesn't matter until you know who God called you to be. So from the foundation of the world, he created you to be someone. You can't just create a person that he didn't create. You're recreating somebody. It's never going to work. You have to get in line with who he created, who God created. And when you're in line with who he created, everything else is going to line up into a pipeline directly vertical in with your relationship with God. So as he is downloading the different lifestyle or the different mindsets or the different just being obedient basically is what I'm saying. Be obedient to who God called you to be, and everything else won't sound so foreign. When you're obedient with who God called you to be, and you're in tune with his spirit, and you're obedient to his voice, then you don't have to fight and wrestle with his will for your life. Because when you're in his will, then your mindset is going to shift to what he wants and his desire for you, and not your own. And when you're trying to create your own, that wrestle and that tussle is going to always be there. So reframing your mindset, the number one way to do that is be in tune with your spiritual development, to hear God's voice and to operate how he wants you to operate. And that is the obedience in your relationship with God. So create that relationship, and everything else will be added upon, even starting in your mind first. My fifth and final point, the final point of living a disciplined life, is show up for you. Show up for you, and that's a win. If you are in a place of frustration and you just don't know where to start with living your best life, choose you. Choose what makes you happy. Choose what will put you in a place of prosperity. Choose you what puts you in a place of abundant living. And I'm not talking about the financial or the material piece, because that's easy. That will come. But if you start with your mind first on knowing who you are and what you deserve and what you want, and being honest with that and being transparent with that, not trying to make a decision based on what somebody else going to say or how somebody else feels, but choosing you and what you want and what you the life that you desire. If you choose you and you win, make a win for yourself, everything else doesn't matter, because people will love you for loving yourself. If you love yourself, those that are for you will love that you're loving yourself and want to assist you and support you on your journey to living the life that you want. So choose you, show up for you, and that's a win for you. Live your best life. You deserve it. So folks, that's all I have to say. That's what I wanted to talk about today. So that concludes this video. But, please make sure you have clicked subscribe. Make sure you like, and make sure you comment. Also, share this video with your friends. If you feel like someone is struggling with the life that they said they wanted, but they are not walking in it, share this video. Maybe it will help them. If it didn't help you, don't be selfish. Share it with someone else, because it can help them. All right? Have a great day. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.